it and let people draw their own conclusions.
Sure.
It was from a press conference at he was announcing some changes in tobacco regulations, particularly around teenagers.
Oh, yes.
So let's run this forward.
The health of our people, and especially the health of our children, must be paramount in our thinking, in our vision, and in our efforts. That's why a year ago I worked with the FDA and we launched.
Now, before I play the reversal, one of the things about reverse speech is that reverse speech is complementary to the forward dialogue. By complementary, I mean there is this direct contextual relationship. And when he talks about the FDA, he says in reverse, they pay for dope. And there's my stutter. They pay for...
Dope?
Dope.
I'm sorry.
Sorry?
I'm sorry. I keep stepping on it, and I don't mean to... So go ahead.
No, that's fine. They pay for dope, which really, it's a bizarre reversal to hear on tobacco regulations and teenagers.
Yeah, go ahead and do it again.
Okay.
They pay for dope. They pay for dope.
You hear that?
Yep.
And again.
They pay for dope.
And then he says another reversal straight after that says, how I agree and I accept this.
I agree, I accept.
I accept that.
I agree, I accept.
Yep.
And that really concerned me quite dramatically.
They pay for dope.
They pay for dope, and then he goes on and qualifies it by saying, I agree and accept this. As I've said many times about reverse speech, some of the reversals I don't understand, but if we're to take reverse speech literally, then the question needs to be asked, what are they doing paying for dope?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How do you discern between a literal reversal and a metaphoric reversal?
It's by the terminology that the reversal uses, and also by the tonality of the reversals. Metaphoric reversals will have an extremely reversals have a sing-song etheric tone to it anyway, but the metaphors have this very distinct etheric tone, and it uses archetypal symbols and mythology, wolf, goddess, Lancelot, Garden of Eden. But ultimately, there is still the whole research around what is literal and what is metaphoric is still being researched. Also, they tend to occur in clusters. By clusters, I mean metaphors will run in 3 or 4 metaphoric statements all in a row, or literal reversals will also run in a cluster. You'll get 3 or 4 of them bunched together.
Typically, I suppose there is no absolute, but typically, how many of the reversals, percentage-wise, turn out to be metaphoric versus literal?
Far more than I would wish. At least 70 to 80%.
Wow.
Of the reversals are metaphoric in nature, and I maintain that is because the unconscious mind thinks and functions in pictures and images or metaphor, and the unconscious mind is by far the greatest region of human consciousness. Only 5 to 10% of the totality of of the psyche exists in the conscious area of the mind, and reverse speech is accessing all areas of consciousness. Mm-hmm. So you're getting a vast majority of metaphoric reversals. And the whole area of interpretation of reversals is still a science that is being understood and unraveled as we go. There's no doubt in my mind and many of the minds of my peers that the phenomenon of reverse speech itself is extremely real. I think I've validated that beyond any shadow of a doubt as far as I'm concerned.
Have you done any reversals yet on President Clinton or Vice President Gore regarding the campaign finance scandal?
No, I have not done any about that.
That's one to watch for.
To do, but I haven't done reversals on them yet. I've got a reversal on Clinton where he talks about his balanced budget. Did I play that on your program when he announced?
Not sure.
Balanced budget. And he indicates that the balanced budget is not real. It's a fake. to use his own words, see the fake.
Well, I don't need a reversal to know that, but
Right.
but it would nevertheless be interesting to hear it from his very own reversed mouth.
Okay, so we're just pulling that one up right now, and we've got two reversals here, and here we go.
The budget agreement that we announced today would not be possible had it not been for the tough vote taken in 1993.
And the first reversal here says we had to sign it.
We had to sign it.
Again?
We had to sign it.
What's more?
We had to sign it.
And that's exactly right. They had to sign it.
Oh, they had no choice. There was great political pressure. And then he continues on.
By investing fully $24 billion, we will be able to provide quality medical care for these children, everything from regular checkups to major surgery.
And then he says, see the fake, look it up.
See the fake, look it up. See the fake, look it up. See the fake, look it up.
You hearing that one okay?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and, look it up. All one has to do is go and look at the bill itself to see the fake, to use his own words.
Is your new house fireproof?
Oh boy, what a question! We've actually been approached by a couple of builders who are offering to build a fireproof house for us, and I personally think we need to take them up on that, especially once you see the Strange Universe report tomorrow night. I live in a extremely risky occupation, and
you do. It's true. You do.
Yeah, I didn't really take it seriously when I first came out with this. I kind of thought a lot of it was just conspiratorial or paranoia mentality, and not only have we had the fire, but my office has been broken into several times, and we've been followed, and it's extremely bizarre, some of the things that have happened to us since we've gone public with this. So.
Well, even paranoids occasionally have their homes burned down.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's risky. I mean, when you begin to do this to people, to reverse them and expose them, you're not going to be their best friend all the time.
Well, our world we live in a world of illusions and lies and half-truths and incongruities, and I personally think reverse speech is probably the first real technology available to us yet that can go straight to the source of truth. And, I don't want to sound like I've got a blasé attitude about it, but this is what I do, and this is what reverse speech is, and I'm certainly not going to stop doing it. I think it's a tremendous technology, and more and more people are using it all the time. We have literally thousands of people out there now with machines and finding reversals, and it's not going to stop. In the long term, in my lectures, I use a phrase, I want to start a revolution, and it's a revolution of truth, because we need it so desperately. It's the only thing that will save our planet in the long run. That's what I believe. You
might want to check into what occurred to most of those fine men who signed the Declaration of Independence.
Right. I know exactly what you're going to say. And that may be so, but I don't intend to stop. We've talked about this before, and if a house fire isn't going to stop me, I don't know what else will at this stage.
Now, you did, of course, reverse the famous Area 51 caller who knocked my butt off the air.
Yes.
Actually dislodged a satellite, if you want to believe that.
Yes.
And we'll get to that. And Mark Furman. I'm most curious about Mark Furman.
He has some interesting reversals.
And Brother Mohammed. Did you get many reversals on Brother Mohammed?
Well, I've got about 6 I want to play on the air. Quite frankly, he was very difficult to find reversals on. They were very scattered. He spoke in a very monotone voice.
Yes, he did.
And you really need a lot of tonal inflections in voices to find the reversals. But yeah, I've got some pretty reversals on him that will, I think, show at least where he's coming from. And,
you get more from emotion, don't you?
Oh, most definitely. Emotion and casual conversation. And the increase is very, very dramatic. In emotion, you will get reversals once every 2 or 3 seconds. But when you get to public prepared script, particularly if someone is reading or they're very monotone and left brain,
then you don't get so many reversals. All right, David, hold on. We're at the top of the hour. You've got a good